It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. It is Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Happy Friday. It is August the 29th. I'll get right to it. We're going to the fair this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Come to Cooper and Lee and say hello.
Yeah.
You will have already been there for hours by that time. Mr. Fair 25, Paul Fletcher is along for the ride today.
I saw something pretty astounding yesterday at the Minnesota State Fair.
Which was?
Neil Armstrong's gloves when he was on the moon.
Really?
Yeah, there's a space exhibit, and the kids and the wifey, Spencer, came and joined me yesterday, so we went and checked it out, and that was just... honestly, they look like the rubber dish gloves that you would use.
Okay.
Except for they were black, and then they had the collars on them that attached to the spacesuit. But,
right.
Man, to think that those things were up there on that...
Solid.
On that big black rock was pretty wild.
Worth a look. Ryder, anything amazing happen in your world?
Friendly reminder, you are not a horse.
It's Labor Day weekend.
That's all I need to know.
Remind your boss or your partner or whoever, your kids, you are not a horse.
Thank you, Ryder.
It's important.
A tip
to be lazy.
for a fruitful and healing, nurturing Labor Day weekend.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
We're not horses, but
it.
we are here to let you know what's going on in the world. I'm feeling Minnesota. Paul, give you some headlines.
It's Wolfstock weekend at Minnesota's Renaissance Festival. I thought I'd bring this up because we all love dogs. Well, Ryder has her turtles, but you love dogs.
Yeah.
A fully dog-themed weekend taking place tomorrow and Sunday, a canine fashion show, a doggy dash, and perhaps, this is the whole reason I wanted to bring it up, a peanut butter licking contest.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's great.
Oh, my God. Get your dog dressed up in period piece, dress him up like a knight, and then go lick some peanut butter.
Sure.
See if you can bring home the prize.
I'm embarrassed for these dogs. They don't want to be dressed up.
Oh,
well,
no.
that and you have to, you're dropping your pants in public.
No, Chauncey loves his surf costume.
Does he?
SERF.
See.
Oh, right.
He's not a knight. He's not a lord. He's not an earl. He's a serf. He's a working man.
Yes.
He's got that agrarian spirit.
Oh, yeah.
How about this? Anti-smoking TV ads are leaving U.S. broadcasts. The CDC is ending the long-running program that helps scores of Americans quit smoking. The, quote, Tips from Former Smokers campaign started 13 years ago.
Right.
Ends, I always have to look away. I can't watch those ads.
Right.
They end next month because of funding cuts. The campaign has featured people telling their stories about the negative impact of smoking has had on their lives while urging others to help quit.
I think it's amazing that the CDC has, for decades, been like the leading edge, if you will, for public health.
Sure.
And then, just like that, they're like, you know what? Let's let everyone kill themselves.
Yeah. For sure.
We don't need science.
Yeah, no.
We don't need doctors.
Science has no place.
The kids aren't cool, though. The kids aren't smoking. So maybe it is okay to let it kind of wane.
I don't know.
It's a slippery slope. Josh Freese has had a tumultuous year, to say the least, being fired from Foo Fighters and rejoining Nine Inch Nails. He sounded great at XL Energy Center a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. In a new interview with the New York Times, Freese said joining the Foos was a high-pressure gig. Quote, "I'm coming in as Dave Grohl's drummer and the guy that's supposed to save the day after the beloved Taylor Hawkins died." Freese believes his departure from Foo Fighters was likely due to issues with their management, but admitted, quote, "It wasn't music that I really resonated with." He has high praise for the replacement, Elon Rubin, calling him a phenomenal drummer that's perfect for the gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a weird quote, the beloved Taylor Hawkins. Is that snark or is it just, he was
I
a
think
beloved.
It was sincere. I think it was sincere.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Dude. I think it was sincere. I'm excited if he's ever going to do some kind of Vandals reunion. I'd be all about that.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial end of summer, so a lot of us are firing up the grill one last time, and a new poll is out just in time it looked at the most loved condiments in America.
Okay.
Barbecue sauce.
It's not ketchup, and it's not mustard.
Ranch.
Okay.
Do you have a guess?
Salsa.
Ranch, no. Ranch, no. Salsa, no.
Salsa.
One more guess between the two of you. You get 3 guesses total. Ranch is no. Salsa's no.
Frank's.
Mayonnaise.
30% of people love
mayonnaise.
the mayonnaise.
Oh,
That's correct.
Wow.
29% love the ketchup and 25% love the mustard, but mayo by a slim margin.
When I look at mayonnaise, I get chest pains.
Yeah.
I just I don't know. I
It's
just
not
see that,
the
and I think
healthiest.
that's just going to clog me up.
Yeah.
I'm not a
that's true.
mayonnaise guy.
No?
No, God, no.
Are you guys mustard people?
Yes.
Yes.
How many different types of mustard do you have in your fridge right now?
One. We've
Just
talked
one-
about this
just
before.
one?
Yeah, Plotchman's, and that's it. The yellow mustard, that's it. That's all I want.
Yellow. I've got I guarantee you, I have yellow mustard.
You have 3 or 4.
Yes.
I've got a brown mustard that's not Gildan's, but some other brand.
Yeah.
I've got Grey Poupon. I've got English Hot Coleman's
Oh, you
to
beat
go
me.
with the Grey Poupon. And I've got a mustard sort of hybrid with I can't really call it honey mustard type of vibe.
Okay.
Which I don't call mustard. So at least 4 at all times. Yellow, brown, and then 2 hot, French and English.
Yeah.
I'm a mustard jerk.
Clearly.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
You have more mustard in my fridge than your fridge than I maybe have condiments total.
Yeah, man. It's all about the mustard with me.
Oh,
I
no.
put
Yeah.
mustard on.
Around.
I go French fries in mustard.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Game
and
on.
don't sleep on mustard and ketchup stirred
Together?
together for the French fries.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah.
But the mayonnaise on fries, the way they do, like, the Dutch and the Belgians love that. It's like, nah, get out of here.
I don't have the mustard variety, but I'll stand on the hill with you for mustard as a whole.
I will eat my fried foods sans mayonnaise. Thank you.
Get it. The Minnesota State Fair has announced their 2025 Best of the Fair winners.
All right.
The full list is on both of our Facebook and Instagram at 92KQRS, but a couple of notables, including our friends, Giggles. Giggles is one of the best of the fair, and they're celebrating 25 years this year. Another one I thought I'd point out is Australian battered potatoes. It's funny that they won because I'd never heard of them before. I just walked past them yesterday on the way out and didn't try, but I think today, the final day for me, I'm going to have to try it. They do battered, deep-fried potatoes with several different toppings, and that was boatloads. They're over by the dairy building, so highly recommend.
On a day where we start the show with In Excess, isn't that weird how
Yes.
worlds collide? The
Very
universe
appropriate.
is naturally healing.
It's permission. It's a
100%.
permission slip.
That's it.
That's right. Google is warning its 2.5 billion Gmail users to change their passwords after a significant amount of successful intrusions by hackers. The tech giant put out a warning yesterday advising Gmail users to be on high alert for suspicious activity and to add extra security measures. They suggest 2-factor authentication. Google says the hackers often access Gmail passwords by sending emails with links to fake sign-in pages and have been targeting people by posing as Google support staff.
Hey, hackers, back off 2025 ? That's my new password for every one of my Gmail accounts.
And you have to protect it. You don't want anybody to see your fantasy football moves
That's
you're making.
very true. That's very true.
Phil Collins is releasing a 4-LP box set titled No Jacket Required, fully tailored, to celebrate the 40th anniversary of his 3rd solo album. The box set includes the original album remastered and cut at half speed, as well as live cuts, demos, and rare offerings. There's a 20-page booklet. There's the what's becoming more and more popular, the Blu-ray with Dolby Atmos mix. What's cut at half speed? Do you know?
No, all I know is that song Su Studio's on that record, and so that's enough to turn my stomach.
Oh, fair enough.
Sorry, I love Phil, one of my favorite drummers, but
That song's
I
tough.
couldn't get over that Su Studio thing.
I don't blame you. The iPhone 17 is expected to be released next month. As always, there's plenty of buzz about the new model, and industry insiders have noticed that once the iPhone 17 is out there, it will be the flagship iPhone for at least 18 months, which is almost unprecedented. The iPhone 18 isn't expected to launch until spring of 2027, which is so odd because it's an iPhone in September every year. That's typically what we're used to.
Yeah, they've got that greed calendar worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be the longest iPhone users will have the same phone since 2010 when the iPhone 4 hung out for 16 months.
Steve Jobs specifically said we build in 12-month obsolescence. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
I don't know what they're doing,
Slack it
but
off.
they're going to go
Man.
a whole year and a half. I don't know
Come
how we're
on.
going to cope with it, but hopefully we can survive.
What are those children in China going to do?
They're going to be out of work.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. The Powerball is legit. It's up there, kids. It's reached $950 million with no winner this past Wednesday. Tomorrow's drawing is, of course, the next one. Okay, each of you win. You're taking the lump sum, right? The $429 million, or are you going to do the annuity?
No, lump sum, of course.
They're
No, annuity.
annuity?
Yes.
and then you
Why?
get hit by a bus tomorrow. And what was the point? Take it all.
Why am I getting hit by a bus?
I don't
Because you never know. That's
I look
why.
both ways.
You never know.
I'm just not good with money, so I'd like it all to be coming out a little at a time.
Here's the deal.
And you get more.
Do us both a favor. If you
Okay.
win, call me. I'll put you in touch with someone.
Okay.
I'll have to find that someone. I don't know who that person is.
Tell you if I win?
I would imagine I'm going to need some reason why I never see you again. I'm going to need an excuse.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty simple. You just, you go invest the $100 million of it and then blow the rest. That's plenty. 329 will keep you busy for a while.
Okay.
Well,
I'm already nervous and I haven't bought a ticket yet.
So loosely, so $950 million. So you're going to walk with about 300. It's about a third, John, a little under 33%.
It's $429 million is what they say.
But then you pay tax on that.
Oh yeah, good point. Good point.
So
Good
you're
call.
gonna basically whatever the number is, it's about 30% of that, I believe, is about what you walk with.
Okay.
So that's still $300 million. And Ryder, I don't even think you could blow that. Not anytime soon.
I don't know. I
It's
mean,
a lot
they'll
of
sell
tortoises.
you lots of beer.
A lot of tortoises, a lot of skulls. And
No. Rule number one is, of course, don't tell anybody.
Yes.
Never tell anybody. And anyone you do tell, make them sign a contract that says if they tell someone that you get all their shoes or something. I mean, keep that quiet.
How am I
It's
going to buy the Shells and the Hams Brewery if I don't tell anybody, though?
You put it in a trust. I got all the answers.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Right.
I've thought about this.
If you get there, just talk to Steve. He'll get you squared away. That's what I got.
Good deal. Speaking of millions.
Let's talk sports, shall we?
Okay.
How about the Minnesota Gophers kicking it off last
boy.
night with a win at home?
Row that
A
boat.
23-10 victory that was way easier than the score would indicate. There were 4 drives that stalled out within the red zone without a touchdown. They were dominant the entire game. Drake Lindsey, 290 yards, 2 touchdowns. Darius Taylor, 30 rushes for 141 yards. They were, as I said, a very dominant game that the score does not indicate just what a one-sided affair it was. Well done, boys.
Yeah, you know what? Drake Lindsey was pretty impressive, especially for a redshirt
Looks
freshman.
great.
Like, wow.
Or as I call him, Brosmer Jr.
I like it.
A tragic hostage situation in Dallas is continuing, where an aging gangster named Jerry Jones continues to hold a gun to one of the most devoted fan bases in world sport. The Dallas Cowboys went ahead and gave the Packers an early Christmas gift, trading Micah stinking Parsons to the green and gold.
Unreal.
Yeah.
What the
Oh
hell
my
is happening?
God, Jerry Jones, can no one just say, Dad, seriously, you need to step aside?
Yeah.
Marketing
Bail
genius?
off.
Sure. Oil man with some success? Yeah. But my God, he knows nothing about building a winning football team.
No.
It's embarrassing at this point.
It really is.
I'm sorry, man. This guy, Micah Parsons, is only the second player after Reggie White to get 12 sacks in each of his first 4 seasons.
Yeah.
He's a Pro Bowler in each of his first 4 seasons. He is what they call a manster, and he's now in division for the Packers because why not,
awesome.
Jerry? Hey, Jerry, don't send him to the AFC. Send him to the team that humiliated your old ass in the playoffs a couple years ago in Dallas.
They hurt us enough with Herschel Walker, and now they're doing this.
My God. Jerry Jones bought the Cowboys in 1989 for $140 million.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep.
Micah Parsons just got a 4-year deal for $188 million.
Right.
So, yeah, Jerry, nice job building the franchise's value times $1 billion. But my goodness, he's worse than the worst fantasy football player you've ever been in the league with. Minnesota Lynx lost at home last night.
Oh, no.
Kind of considerably to the Seattle Storm. They just did not have it. Oh, wait. Oh, they did. In fact, they were up by over 20 points at one time and then folded. That's unusual.
Very uncharacteristic.
I don't know what's going on there. Maybe the Micah Parsons trade was really upsetting to the Lynx. Maybe
Too
in
many
the lot.
cheeseheads gloating.
I guess so. That could have been it. The Vikings have named their captains for the year. 8 team captains. That includes J.J. McCarthy, as voted on by the team.
Oh, good for him.
Good for him.
that's cool.
And I would be really concerned if he hadn't been given one of the 8 captainships.
Right.
So it's it's like you would hope your quarterback has the respect in the locker room to get the nod. So
if you're going to put captain badges on half the team, then hopefully the quarterback's one of them.
let's go, JJ. Bay City, Minnesota.
Yes.
They're rolling.
Sadly, not where the Bay City Rollers got their name from. That would be Bay City,
that is
Michigan.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Famously threw a dart at an American map, and where it landed, they said, we'll call ourselves the whatever Rollers. But it would have worked if they'd hit Bay City, Minnesota just as well.
Hell yeah.
And maybe Bay City, Minnesota would have a little more tartan in their life if they had.
We can just pretend.
We can just pretend.
Yeah.
Happy to have you with us, Bay City.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Ryder's still headbanging to Nirvana.
I just wanted to put on my anarchy cheerleader costume and go for it.
Atta girl.
Yeah.
Man. Anarchy cheerleader costume. That
Get it.
video
I'll be the
for
janitor.
Smells Like Teen Spirit, I read it was shot on August 17th, 1991, which was my 26th birthday, a day where I was at Castle Donington meeting AC/DC for the first time.
Oh, cool.
So I'd take my day over their day because making videos sucks. However, that video probably resulted in a little bit more, good things for them than me meeting a couple of Australian dwarves did for me.
For sure.
Just saying.
Hey,
You met
that's-
Malcolm and Angus.
I know.
That's very cool.
It was incredible. It was incredible. There's a photo of me somewhere in the universe where I'm standing with one of them each on either side and my hands on their shoulders. And Ross Halfin took it, and he just doesn't. He could never find it. And it's hilarious because they are literally
They're
5'1" and 5.5. 5 feet, half inch, and 5'1".
Are you serious? They're that short.
Oh,
wow! I didn't know that.
That guitar Angus plays, an SG is not a big guitar. It looks
Right.
like a Ford Pinto when he's holding it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
huge on him. They are very, very, very small men.
Yes.
And that's me at my 6'3" wearing boots phase of life. I was probably 6'5" in the picture. I really wish I had it.
What a
one of these
juxtap-
days. It's the holy grail. It's the one thing for my career that I don't have that I would take over anything else. That's it.
Yeah.
I just want that photo because if I did, I'd probably put it on a shirt and wear it.
And
Right.
I'd wear it too. I
What
know
a
one
just-
of
what a-
these dudes.
What a juxtaposition, though. Those two are so tiny that
Oh, yeah.
made such big sounds, man.
It's
Holy
not
moly.
quite a Heisman Trophy, but it would be.
No.
I would look
Right.
at it like my Heisman
For
Trophy.
yours, yeah. For you, yeah. For sure.
Matt Leinart, former USC quarterback, won a Heisman Trophy. He's now a broadcaster after his professional career faltered. He was at home and his daughter, a little adorable little 5-year-old kid, asked Alexa to tell her about her own daddy.
Alexa, who's Matt Leinart?
Matt Leinart was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback at USC and a top 10 NFL draft pick, but his pro career didn't amount to much.
Oh.
What?
Alexa
His
is
pro
rough.
career did not amount to much. Man.
Do you have an Alexa?
I don't have Alexa. I have Siri in my phone. I don't have an Amazon Alexa.
Have you ever asked Siri about the Black Crowes?
Yeah, actually I did. She said, the Black Crowes were the it band of 1991. Their debut album, Shake Your Moneymaker, took over the world of rock music. Their second album debuted at number 1 in 1992, and then grunge run them over like a Mack truck. That's what she said.
That's such a great impersonation, too.
And I was like, oh, man, she is rough. Siri and Alexa both just spitting hard truths.
Yeah.
Like so many watermelon seeds.
Are we sure you're not the voice of Siri?
Oh, man,
spot on.
I really wish I was.
That's a good job.
I'm pretty sure we can set that up. Get you
Oh,
some
that would
kind
be
of contract.
fantastic.
Yes.
I still want. I'm waiting for like ways to call and say, "Do you want to do some, navigation?" That'd be
Yes,
great,
I
wouldn't
love
it?
that.
Turn right.
Man, that'd be fantastic.
Turn right at the giant butter sculpture.
I would do if I were able to do that. I'd say like your next right. No, not that one. It's things like that.
It's the one after that.
Yeah.
You could bust into different accents at just random times.
Sure. No, I'm all for it.
I love it.
On the way to work every day, we all drive near, if not right through Dinkytown, right here at the U. Yep. And as I'm leaving every day with the sun up, the last few days have seen no shortage of the move-in. All the kids hitting campus and you can tell the freshmen from the sophomores real easy.
Yeah.
They just got that. They just got that look in their eye.
Yep.
With the look that says, I don't look green. I know what I'm doing. I look cool. Don't tell me I don't know what's going on. I get it. I got it.
Yeah, it's the hand cart with the 8 to 10 Rubbermaid totes on it.
That's it.
Mom and Dad unloading the SUV. Yeah, it's been crazy.
And you can hear the parents saying, "I can't believe that Target's so small." Things like that.
Yeah.
So and of course it always makes me think back to my every time I would start a new year in school, but especially my freshman year, as the youngest in a family of 8. I expected my mom to drop me off with tears in her eyes. Like, oh, my God, this is the last time. She barely stopped the car. I'm not kidding. I don't think the car – she didn't turn it off. She just put it in neutral.
Yeah.
As that final – we loaded everything into the dorm. We went to grab some McDonald's after lunch, dropping back off. And I was preparing – oh, man, here it comes. I'm going to have to really let her Nothing. She was just
later.
like, get the hell out of here.
Hope you don't roll your ankle.
See that building? Get in it and stay in it. Yeah. That's what she was thinking when she saw my dorm. And I went to my dorm, and the next day there was a knock on the door as a key entered the door, and some person I'd never met or even heard of opened and said, "Hey, I'm Scott. I'm your roommate." And I was like, "Oh, well, this is so weird." Freshman year, 2 different rooms, 2 different roommates. Sophomore year, same room, 2 different roommates. Junior year, 2 different rooms, 2 different roommates.
Wow.
7th semester, my final semester, finally had my own room, no roommate. Every semester up until the last one, it was someone else living in my room with me. And boy, what a cavalcade of knuckleheads I found myself living with.
Are you sure you're not the knucklehead? I mean,
Could have been.
Kept rotating.
Could have been.
Okay.
I just didn't sweat it. I just didn't have a thing. I don't know. I was just like, well, none of these guys are going to be as bad as the brothers I grew up having my ass handed to me by. So what am I worried about?
That's fair.
Absolutely.
But you know, you just that's a time in life when you're supposed to experience strangers and new people and completely and I did have a complete. It was like a Benetton ad. It was just one of everything lived with me over the years by personality, I mean, and where they're from in the world.
Right.
But when I think back, and I've got some pretty extreme cases, but the one that blows my mind the most, I went into my dorm junior year, first semester, and my roommate's name was also Steve, and he was a Christian singer-songwriter.
Huh.
And he would say, "Do you mind if I play guitar sometimes? I understand it." And I was like, "Dude, that's fine. I don't care. I can tune out anything."
Yeah.
And then he would play guitar and sing the songs he was working on over and over and over.
Oh, fun.
And he wasn't working on, Can't Buy Me Love or, Can't Always Get What You Want. It was the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. And I'd sit there and just watch him. Like,
were these original creations?
Yeah. He's working.
Okay.
He's writing.
Ooh.
He's writing songs. And I was just like, man, after a while, I was like, I guess I was too nice up front. I really should have come in a little harder.
Yeah.
But
did he ever move you to want to, give yourself communion, a little bread and wine?
No, not so much.
You ever break
much.
You ever break that acoustic guitar for him?
Thought about it many times. As the Animal House devotee that I am, I can see it. I imagined it plenty of times. But the weirdest thing that whole semester, he's the most docile, calm guy, and I'm not making this up. Almost every day working on a new song about his love for the Lord, which no judgment. Great, whatever, dude. But I just wish he was a better singer and a better writer.
There are already so many, hundreds and hundreds of years worth of hymns already written and out there.
I walked into that room probably November, might have even been December, towards the end of the semester.
Okay.
One afternoon. Open the door, walk in, I'm like, and his last name was Blazina or Blazini. It was Blaze. It was where everyone that's what I just called him, Blaze.
Right.
I said, "What's up, Blaze?" And he looked at me and he goes, You don't drink much, do you? And I said, I didn't drink a lot in college till I had started late.
Okay.
And I go, not that much. And he's like, "I don't either." And I go, "Are you okay?" And he goes, "I think I'm drunk." And I was like, "You think you're drunk? It's 1 p.m. What's happening?"
Yeah.
And he's tried to tell me the story, and he couldn't complete a sentence. And I was like, "Have you ever had alcohol before?" "Nope." First time ever.
Was it a Friday at least?
It was not a Friday, if memory serves.
Tuesday,
because it was
Wednesday?
so shocking.
Wow.
And he sat there, and he just cried and cried
Oh, no.
and cried.
Oh, my God.
And I left the room and came back later, and he had fallen asleep, woken up, and was still crying. And all I thought was, it's a good thing I'm your roommate because no one else in this building wouldn't just start wailing on your ass right now. I was like, "Hey, dude, whatever, get over it."
Why don't you write a song about it?
Man, no kidding. The Lord
help me.
is that wine from Jesus. I mean, I don't know what was going on with him. It was nuts.
So you have no idea how he got this booze or what?
I just don't remember. He tried to tell me this. He couldn't really complete a sentence. It was incredible.
Damn.
Right from the, and then within a couple of days he was back to the guitar, and we never talked about it again. Of course,
of course, that's what you do.
Yeah,
Yes.
You're taking a lot of chances when you just let the housing commission decide who you live with. I had fun with it.
Good.
What can I tell you?
It's like the lottery.
The only time I had a roommate ahead of time where I knew who it was going to be, he was a friend.
Yeah.
It was the most boring semester of my life because we had very different schedules. I already knew him. There was nothing to learn. It was like, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
651-989-ROCK. Looking back on those halcyon days, weirdest moments you ever had. I'm curious. Roommates, especially. So everybody's moving back onto campus.
Yep.
It was exciting yesterday in the neighborhood, and I don't live too far from here. So much gopher gear ahead of the football game.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
a lot
that's cool.
and I saw a ton of obviously alums and or parents because older folk, what I'm saying, peers of mine, sporting the colors and getting ready. It was cool. I was like,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
man, college is back. It's not
Energy.
It's
This
a
brings
nice
energy.
It felt like a fall. It felt like a full-on autumn day
and crisp
for
out.
college football. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
That's great.
The halcyon days, as they call them. Any bizarre roommate situations you had in those college days, Paul?
I had a guy who actually was a pretty great roommate. He was he dabbled in stand-up comedy, et cetera, But one night, I was out with friends. I come home. I kid you not. He's sitting on the couch in front of the TV in nothing but underwear.
Okay.
Heavier set dude.
Okay.
All right.
His thighs and belly are wrapped in cling wrap. I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
So he saran wrapped himself?
Correct. With, it turns out, cooking grease under the saran wrap.
Well, sure, that melts all the fat.
That's what we thought. That was the trend.
Wait,
that's what he was
Are you
doing.
being serious?
That was a
I'm dead
trend?
serious. That was a trend once upon a time. I Googled it because I wanted to see if there was any memory of that, and it turns out it can be very harmful. But there was a time when they thought, yes, if you wrapped your areas with cellulite with cooking grease and saran wrap, that it would somehow magically make the fat disappear. And so that's what Dave was doing. Dave was sitting there sipping on a Miller Lite with the three biggest parts of his body wrapped.
And the amazing thing is Dave's kept the weight off all these years.
Yeah.
He's still
Yeah.
118 pounds.
No, he never 118
Pretty
pounds.
amazing.
I thought all this
Maybe
weird
if he was
health
4 feet
garbage.
tall.
I thought all this weird health garbage started when the internet started, but clearly it was going on before.
Well, there was the internet. That was like 98, 99, probably.
I
It was
came
like
back to
internet light, man.
Yeah, internet-ish.
I came back to campus second semester of my sophomore year. I knew I was going to be meeting a new roommate. The guy, my one friend I'd lived with, had moved out.
Uh-huh.
And I got in bed and went to sleep first night. And then late at night, midnight, maybe 1, the door opened and a guy came in and I was like, hello. And he's like, oh, hey. And his name was Bill Holiday. I mentioned him on the show once before. Bright orange hair, brilliant hair. He's an Appalachian guy. I mean, from Eastern Kentucky. And I mean from hardcore.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, Bill. I said, oh, hey, man. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, wow, this is one. Quick, get to know you. I said, hey, man, I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm crashing. He's like, sure, I don't want to keep you up. And we both laid down in our beds in the dark. And I heard him say, in the darkness, and hand to God, Steve, are you ever do any hunting or fishing? First question he had for me.
Terrified.
And I said, nope. And he said, okay. And that was it. That was our first night conversation.
I'm so glad that you're still here.
I've shared that story for 40 years. 651-989-ROCK. Who is on the horn, Rider?
Dave's checking in with a good story as a parent. Hey, Dave.
Dave, what's up?
So I moved my son into UMD in his freshman year. We, as parents, got to talk about not being that helicopter parent.
Right.
The example was the girls the year earlier went to the student life requesting a new roommate after 3 weeks because the roommate's mother was sleeping on the floor in between the beds.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
No,
nuts.
You have got to be kidding me.
That's just crazy.
That is absolutely crazy. Poor kid.
What in the
Thanks,
hell?
Dave. That's coming off the top rope right away. 651-989-ROCK.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the Morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Minnesota's 92 KQRS. It is Friday, August 29th, and that means that tonight and tomorrow, Mike Brody will be at the Laugh Camp Comedy Club. He's in studio with us right now, and we are already off and running. Mike, are you the tallest stand-up that you know?
I am in my heart.
Okay. But 6'5".
6'5", yeah. I'm pretty tall.
As a kid who grew up playing basketball, I immediately size up everybody I ever meet. I don't even know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But you walked right in, and the first thing I said was, "Did you play center, power forward?"
Yeah, you did.
I just assumed. So, That's not that many comedians that I've met that I look in the eye, or in your case, up to.
Yeah, it's very rare. If I had hair, I'd be even more impressive. I could probably be 6'8" if I did it right.
I thought that was intentional because I'll admit I'm still a little intimidated by baldness.
Are you? Why?
Well, just the menacing look. You're a very affable fella, but if you get a mean look, it definitely goes further. Telly Savalas. I mean, half the juice was because there was no hair.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually the tallest person at a comedy show, and every once in a while, then I'm like, "Oh, my identity." Mm-hmm.
So a Mason City, Iowa guy.
Yeah, that's where I grew up.
And so how big a town? I've heard of Mason City. I've probably been there. How big a town are we talking about?
Slowly shrinking. Ever since I was born, it's like it was 31,000. Then it's like 30,000.
Okay.
Just slowly, but yeah, like about that size.
So that's the same size of the town I grew up in.
Yeah.
And so did you spend your years in Mason City? Was it I just got to get out of here, or was it like it's a pretty nice place to be from? What was the mindset?
Growing up, I liked being in Iowa because I lived on the edge of town, so I could go this way and be in a field. I could be that way and ride my bike to the comic book store or whatever.
Gotcha.
So I mean, it was a good place to grow up, but ever since I could first think, I remember being like, I will get out of here.
Yeah, sure.
Nothing but love for Mason City, but I always wanted to move on.
And how early in life do you look back and remember comedy being something that really was like a North Star out there for you?
Well, the thing is, I never even considered being a comic until right before I did it because, I'm from Iowa. We aren't told we can have dreams. And of course, it just didn't even seem like a thing that was feasible. So, but I grew up watching it, like all the cable shows. Like there was MTV's Half Hour Comedy Hour, A&E's Evening at the Improv, Comics on the Road. I devoured all of it. I watched Second City, sketch comedy and stuff like that. I was obsessed with it, but it never occurred to me that I could do that. Oh,
I got you. I can relate to that as a drummer or someone who wanted to be a drummer. Yeah. I was in a town called Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and I'd be like, "Hey man, we should start a band," and the response would be, okay, never mind. Let's play more basketball in the driveway.
The other problem with trying to start a band when you're from a small town is it's hard to find band members. Whenever you see an ad at a bar for a band, there's always one person whose age doesn't match with everybody else.
Of course.
Because they have to fill out the band. They're like, there's 30 20-year-olds and then somebody's 50-year-old uncle playing drums.
Right. Yeah. No, I was going to say the very same thing. There's always an uncle.
Yeah. But no, and then I was in college, and there was some open mics in town, and basically somebody came in and was like, I did an open mic and I killed, and I was like, I could do that.
Where was this?
That was Iowa City, University of Iowa.
Oh, okay.
I was bartending there. And
Got it.
Yeah, and then I just there was a club in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That was just 25 minutes away, and I'm kind of impulsive, and I was like, wait a minute, I think maybe I can do that. So I cased it out and I did it, and honestly, I was immediately the best open micer in the state, not because I was great, but people. There was a woman that went up there with a vacuum, and she would just go Elmo as she vacuumed, and it wasn't some art project. She was just
Elmo.
Yeah, I don't know what she was going for, so it wasn't a high bar.
Okay.
First.
Yeah. Did you ever get hammered with Chad Greenway, a former Viking Chad Greenway? He was at Iowa around the same time, wasn't he?
What year would that have been?
2001.
That was I just graduated.
Oh, all right.
Damn it. I think apparently Ashton Kutcher was around.
Oh.
He wasn't famous yet. He got discovered. The only person to get discovered in a bar in Iowa.
Is that he's the one?
Apparently they saw him and they're like, I don't know. But yeah, so that was around that time.
And they never went back because they were like, we got one.
Yeah, they missed me.
We got the one guy.
Yeah.
Every now and again, Roy Marble turns up. I was the next Jordan, I swear to God.
Oh, Roy Marble.
7 people out there remember that guy.
Yeah.
Mike Brody's at Laugh Camp Comedy Club. That's tonight and tomorrow night, 8 p.m. both shows. What I'm told is you're a big music fan.
Yeah, I am.
And so as a kid in Mason City, high school, early 90s.
Yeah.
First concert you saw.
The first concert I saw.
Where was it and who was it?
I wouldn't even describe it as a concert. It was a show.
I like it already.
Do you know what I mean? I went up to I was 16. I went up to Mankato, Minnesota, and I saw 4 punk bands play in the back of a pizza place.
Yeah, you did.
Nice.
Big Drill Car. You wouldn't know who they are. Big Drill Car and Sensefield and Marble and State of the Nation. That's what they are. Yeah. And it was like spray painted in the back. There's actually a video of it online. I didn't know. Somebody filmed it. And then 20 years later, I found it on YouTube, so it's kind of crazy.
You could watch this is a thing with me. When I see a photograph that not only I've never seen, but I didn't even know existed from earlier in my life, and when I first got on Facebook, and I was the last person I know to finally take the plunge, and I hooked up with a few people from high school or even before, and all of a sudden they'd be like, hey, I found this in my mom's closet, and it's a photo of us in 9th grade that I'd never seen, nor did I know anyone with a camera. And I will stare. I mean, that blows me away.
Yeah.
To see the footage of the first concert I ever saw, I would kill me.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah,
What
I think there's like people stage diving, and like one of them's me, you know?
Oh,
Nice work.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that was a good first one.
And being 6'5", people caught you?
Yeah, they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, right. So a lot of stage diving in your life, or was that a hit it and quit it thing?
I mean, there was like during my teenage years, and then I got older, and I'm like, I don't want other people's sweat on me,
right?
You know, so I'm not. I'm more of a. If I go to a show now, it's like I'll be the guy in the back nodding. You know, like
in a bubble.
Yeah. Be like, I'm really enjoying this as I stand totally stationary.
Right. Familiar.
Do you ever play anything? You ever pick up a guitar and try to make that make sense?
Again, even when my friends were in bands, I was like, I can't do this. I had no musical talent. They had me as the singer of their band for a week, and I kicked myself out because it was so bad.
Okay.
I was so shy, and I just stared at the floor. Just kind of like it wasn't going to work out.
Right.
Everybody that found out that I did comedy later was like, what? Like it didn't make any sense to them because I was more of the observer and quiet kind of thing, you know. So,
the first time you did that, when you said, you have this impulse, you jump up, you do a quick open mic set. Did it feel like oh yeah, this is right, or was it almost like I'm daring myself, or I mean, what do you remember about that very first time? Because oftentimes I've heard people say they killed the first time. And then the second and third time, they just died up there, you know?
Right. Well, the first time I packed it out with my friends. I worked at a bar, so you have and there's waiters and waitresses and all that stuff. So I invited them all. So 50 people showed up, and I did kill. I mean, it was and obviously our perception of it. If I looked back now at I would be horrified.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Of course, yeah.
But I remember driving back and calling my parents and being like, I think I'm going to do this forever. Like it was
awesome.
The feeling of like, it's a real nice pat on the back,
yeah.
When you get up there. And then my friends came for like the first 5 or 6 shows. So I was like, I was feeling pretty good. And then the 6th show, they go, I'm good. And then I realized it's hard.
Yeah, sure.
Because comedy is when comedy is done well, everybody in the audience thinks they're your friend. Like you've connected with them, and they see you, they understand where you're coming from, like a friend would, and that's the trick. And it's hard to do. Even if you're an air quotes jerk on stage, you're the jerk they know and they love, right?
Right.
And so it's easy when it's for your friends. You don't have to come in and tell them who you are. They already know your perspective and where you're coming from. And so when you do it with strangers, that's where it gets hard.
Yeah, I often pose that question. What made you think you could get up in a room full of strangers and keep their attention? But we were talking before we turned on the mics about the difference between the greatest basketball player you ever met and the worst player in the NBA is a huge difference. And a lot of that is like work ethic and the little things. And to be the kind of comedian that can immediately capture the attention, it's a lot of, I would imagine, it's like a whole lot of push-ups along the way to make it natural. So you like that guy's very comfortable up here doing this. Well, it's only because, whatever, the 10,000 hours or whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. It's like you get up there and you tell a joke and it kills, and then the next night you go up and tell the same joke and it eats it, and you go, you can't figure out why.
Right.
When you're new, you go, I don't understand. I told the same joke. And then now, as you do it more and more, you go, oh, I flubbed this part, or like they don't understand. They're not from here. They don't understand that part, and so you understand as you go. Mm-hmm. And when you start off, you're kind of like, I hope people laugh. And then at some point you get like, you just naturally go, oh, they're gonna laugh.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Even if it's a tougher show,
sure.
they're gonna. You just have that kind of confidence, like I belong here, and it takes a while, but.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mike Brody's with us on Gorman in the Morning. He's at Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow night, 8 p.m. both shows. All right, I got to get to this. I've never been on a cruise.
Okay.
By design. Mm-hmm. There's just something about the idea of and I know that, like, what's the percentage of cruises where everybody gets sick is very, very small. But I have this idea that I just, diarrhea to me is a personal thing. I want to be in the privacy of my own home. Right. But you've performed on a lot of cruise ships.
Yeah.
Is there any generalities that actually apply? Is the audience more fun? Are they more drunk? Are they more, or is it just like any comedy club? You never know what you're getting.
Well, to be clear, I'd never been on a cruise before I started doing comedy on a cruise.
Okay.
So like I'd never been. They pay me, so it's like,
sure. Well,
there you go.
That changes everything.
Right.
Yeah, no one's offering me money to get on a cruise. Yeah. That's a good point.
It's fun, man. I get to get paid to go do comedy and at the same time also see like an exotic, like tropical or like the UK or whatever. It's fun. But to me it feels like a comedy club. Like when you're in that, they have a little space built for it. It looks like a comedy club. It feels like a comedy club. The audiences are, they're on vacation, so they're in a good mood.
I was going to say, they're on a ship, and what I mean, so they have to be like ready to laugh, right?
Yeah. And as far as like, I have not experienced a poop cruise, if that's what you're
right. Sure. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you're on stage, you're performing for a bunch of people, and then you leave, and as opposed to going to a hotel or going home, you the next morning you're up there getting your breakfast, and they're like, "Hey, what's up, dude? Saw you last night." It's, there's not a lot of separation.
You're on all the time.
Yeah.
There's no like you're eating your pancakes and somebody's like, "Hey, last night," and you're like, "I haven't had my coffee yet," But I had a guy heckle me once, and he walked right in. He was obviously very drunk. He sat in the front row, and I hadn't even like. Sometimes if somebody heckles you in your middle of your set, you're like, oh, that hurt. But when somebody heckles you before you've even told a joke, you're like, this guy just wanted to heckle, know. And he came in and he sat down. He goes, when are you gonna be funny? And I just go, I don't know, in like a month when you sober up or something like that. Like I said, I threw something out. He came up to me 4 days later, and he goes, "Hey, I think I was kind of drunk on Monday." He goes, I'm sorry. I think I heckled you. I apologize. That doesn't happen at like a comedy club. Right. You don't see them again usually.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
So it's like a small town. You end up seeing the same people, and you're like,
that's a good point.
Oh, there's Otis. Yeah.
What's the longest cruise you've been on?
I think like 3 weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, but usually, I mean, I do them like 3 days.
Okay, that's right. It's 3 weeks, though. Where was that one?
That was, I mean, they were all back to back, the longest one altogether was 2 weeks, like going to Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other one was a Caribbean one where I just, I had 3 contract tracks in a row.
That works.
Yeah. Because sometimes, in the Midwest where we're obviously at, it's cold, and then the summer people want to go out and jet ski, and they, da-da-da-da. So, like, it's there's more cruise opportunities in the summer because you're like, there's not a lot going on,
Is it, I mean, I'm afraid I'm going to be dispossessed of a long-held notion, but, I mean, how realistic was the Love Boat? Because when I was a kid, Friday nights, man, all about ABC Love Boat.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of them was from Iowa, so full circle.
See?
Right?
Yeah. Julie McCoy?
No, it was...
Doc. It was great. Gopher. He was a politician, was he not? Wasn't he in Congress?
Yes, he was, yeah.
Sure he was.
Before Caitlin Clark and Slipknot, those were our celebrities.
That's right.
You had Gopher and Radar.
That's right.
MASH.
That's right. We did.
Ottumwa, Iowa.
And then a lot of like John Wayne was born here. Johnny Carson was born here. Like they lived here for 6 months as a baby.
Sure.
We really had to claim.
Yeah.
Like Buddy Holly died here. We were really low on celebrities.
Not the same.
No.
Not the same. Mike Brody is at Laugh Camp Comedy Club tonight and tomorrow night. What's the last concert you saw? Not a gig in a club, but like a concert, like arena or stadium, like a big show.
Yeah, it can't be the back of a pizza joint either.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I've only been to 2 concerts. I'm a big punk guy, so like I like my small venues and stuff like that. But 2 concerts. My family, for some reason, is a big Bruce Springsteen family, and so they, my parents,
for some reason,
well,
as if it's still a mystery to you.
No, well, and just like the fact that like they kind of impose it on you, like you will like this man.
That's every Springsteen fan that's ever lived.
Yeah.
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
So, and I like Bruce a lot, but I'm not a big arena guy. But we went. I've seen Bruce Springsteen with my family twice, and so the last one was, I don't remember which tour it was, but he was really good. He's really good at certain people like Iron Maiden and Bruce Springsteen. They're good at like making the people in the very back feel like they're part of it.
Yeah.
And I was I was in the bathroom and I was using the urinal, and there's a bunch of people. His audience is older. I mean, he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen, right?
Yeah.
And we're all peeing, and this guy walks in, and he leans up, and he does the double lean where he puts his hands against the thing. And then he just yells, he goes, "How's your prostate, boys?"
Yeah.
And everybody's like, we relate to this.
Yeah, sure.
I wish that wasn't as common as it is.
Yeah.
It does happen.
I'm trying. It's been a minute since I've seen both hands on the wall, but yeah, we've all been there.
I've seen it. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
You haven't been the guy that does that, have you?
Not yet.
No. Okay.
No, I'm holding out.
Okay, good.
You gotta push.
I have. I dated a girl in college for the better part of 3 years, and she was from a Springsteen family as well. And in fact, we broke up. And the what tipped off, it was a long road trip together where the tension was building, and we were ready to. Neither one of us wanted to do it, but we both knew like this has run its course.
Yeah.
And we were in a 10 or 11 hour drive, just the two of us, winter, so you could, it was just cold, and finding radio stations as we went. And as we were approaching probably 5 miles from home, and all I'm thinking is, I got to get out of this car before I kill this girl. And she was and Born to Run kicked in after we had been arguing, and she just turned it up loud, and so she won the road trip because the last song on the radio.
Yeah.
And I was listening to that song. This is in 1986, going, I'm never going to see this person again. That's it. I am so done. So I always said Bruce Springsteen broke us up, which I appreciated at the time.
My wife's family's one is Alice Cooper. They're an Alice Cooper family.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know an Alice Cooper family.
No.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to. It's like oh, your family's cooler.
Yeah, wow.
Halloween is
Sorry, Mom.
Halloween's
Very
fun at their
strong.
house.
No kidding. So Mike Brody's at Laugh Camp. That's tonight and tomorrow, 8 p.m. Both shows. I would recommend going to see Mike Brody. What else you got? What's a hobby? What's an obsession? Are you watching anything right now? Is there something new that you're really into?
My wife and I've never watched Mad Men. We're watching Mad Men right now.
Oh, wow.
Waited until the pandemic. My wife and I did.
Yeah.
So somewhere in 2020, when we're all just really tired of each other, and just in the last few months, went through the whole thing for the second time.
Yeah.
You like it?
I like it, and I think it's it's a relevant show,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like you kind of go, oh, we should go back to the good old days, and you're like, it wasn't that great.
No, not that great. The guys having all the fun, they're really miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all deep alcoholics,
Yeah.
and everybody's smoking. I forgot, even in the early 2000s, you'd go to a bar and you'd have to burn your clothes.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
You'd smell like 800 packs of cigarettes,
Yep.
and just.
So how far into the show are you?
I think we're in season 5.
Okay, so you've already realized Roger Sterling is the funniest character in television
hilarious.
history. Unbelievable. How great is that guy?
My wife and I talk about this almost every night when we watch it, because not only are his lines really funny, his delivery is perfect. He is such a good straight man.
Incredible.
Because
really.
he has the funniest lines, but he says it as a straight man.
No, we loved it the first time. On the second watching, it really was like, oh my God, how much fun would that character be to play?
Yeah.
So good.
It's kind of like Game of Thrones, though, where you can't really get too invested in a character because you don't know if they're going to be gone or not.
That's very true.
And I don't know, I've also never seen The Wire. Actually, sometimes I think there's something kind of comforting in missing something cultural, because then you go, oh, I can always just binge it someday.
You can always go see it.
You are not the first person I will say this to. I'm jealous of you. The day will come when you put on The Wire.
Yeah.
And I wish I could experience that again.
For the first time.
That's
Yeah.
for the first time.
I've heard people. This guy told me, he goes, the first 2 seasons are horrible. He goes, then it gets really good and it's the best show ever. I'm like, that's not a good commercial for it.
It's completely insane.
That's fallacy.
I
That's fallacy.
disagree
Okay,
with that
good.
1,000%. Hey, Mike Brody, go see him at Laugh Camp Comedy Club. Are you hanging out for a bit, or you got to bounce?
No, I'm here.
It is Friday, August the 29th. We are at a holiday weekend.
Every time you finish that with Friday, a big sigh of relief because it sounds like something else.
That's what I'm trying to do, man. See, that's a little audio shoulder rub from me to you.
Yeah,
sure.
No fooling.
Isn't that nice? You know what? I'm feeling Minnesota, Paul Fletcher, which is my way of asking for some headlines, please.
All righty then. Well, the Minnesota Renaissance Festival is getting going this weekend. It's fully dog-themed. It's Woofstock weekend, taking place tomorrow and Sunday. Mike, dog?
Yeah.
Three dogs?
Yeah.
Holy smokes, he's got us both beat.
Mike Brody's in studio. He's at Laugh Camp. I don't care about the dog. Let's talk Renaissance Festival. Do you go with the tights and the turkey leg? What do you normally try to do when you're at the Ren Fan?
I'm not big into cosplay as you speak. I mean, I know I'm not Sonic the Hedgehog, and
you're not a LARPer in your spare time.
More power to him. But no, there definitely is people that really get. Do the Star Trek people still show up?
At the Renaissance Festival?
No, they do that as they're mocking. It's like an antagonistic kind of thing. They're like, we're from the future, and then the Ren Fest people get mad because they're like, that's not historically accurate.
Just when I was thinking of going to one of these for the first time, another reason not to.
Now there's somebody from the Renaissance Festival that's like, dang it, Mike Brody.
All the more reason to go. Think of that's priceless people watching. Yeah, that's priceless people watching. You know what? I've definitely got some nerd in me.
Yeah.
I don't think the Star Trek people are ones that they should be pointing fingers.
Right. Glass houses.
They've got a canine fashion show, a doggy dash, and maybe the most intriguing part of it. I just love this. At Woofstock weekend, Minnesota Renaissance Festival this weekend, peanut butter licking contest.
Nice.
So I'm assuming shorts, pants are optional for that. For the peanut butter licking contest.
Listen, man.
Nerds get down, man.
Just please tell me that peanut butter's on a spoon.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Josh Freese has had a tumultuous year, being fired from Foo Fighters and rejoining Nine Inch Nails. He did an interview with New York Times and said, joining the Foos was a high-pressure gig. Quote, I'm coming in as Dave Grohl's drummer and the guy that's supposed to save the day after the beloved Taylor Hawkins died. Freese believes his departure from Foo Fighters was likely due to issues with their management, but admitted, quote, it wasn't music that I really resonated with. He thinks the new guy coming in, Elon Rubin, is a phenomenal drummer who's perfect for the gig.
I don't think I want to know the answer to this question, but how in the hell does the new drummer for hire have a conflict with management? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
You have to pay my LLC. No, we're paying you in cash. What is the beef?
Did you see
HR department?
They basically, the Nine Inch Nails and Foo Fighters, they basically did a trade.
They did.
Yeah.
They swapped drummers like it was like the Trailblazers and the Timberwolves.
Man.
The morning of, we did a full-blown, we treated it like it was a big sports deal.
Yeah. I used to say it for years. We really need to have rock band trades.
Yeah.
I was willing to go into free agency many times.
But the problem with the thing that you're talking about with management, it's Josh Freese is like a session musician. He's in a million. Have you ever looked at his Wikipedia? He's been in like Nine Inch Nails, and then he drums for the Creed cover band at the bar. Like he does everything.
Everything.
Devo. Like
he played with the Replacements when the Replacements toured over a decade ago.
Yeah.
A bunch of all Paul's solo records.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, he's got like this insane resume.
Very cool.
And by the way, and just props to any drummer on the planet not named Ringo Starr or Dave Grohl that gets a major feature in the New York Times.
Yes.
That's not easy to do.
I can't wait to read the whole article.
He knows where the bones are buried.
Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial end of summer, so a lot of us will be firing up the grill one last time, and a new poll just in time for it looks at the most loved condiments in America. Might be surprised. It's not ketchup, and it's not mustard. Care to take a guess? No peeking, Mike.
Oh, I mean, is it barbecue sauce?
That's a good guess, but no.
Ranch.
No.
No. Oh, man. Everybody in the Midwest
Say it,
has
Steve.
broke their heart.
I can see the look on his face. He knows what it is.
Well, if it was Eddie Murphy, he'd go, mayonnaise, that cool, refreshing condiment.
30% of Americans love mayo. 29% say ketchup. 25% say mustard. Where are you on mayo?
I skip it. I'm not a mayo person. I don't like it. I don't even think it adds that much flavor. It's like, hey, do you want to add 600 calories and no taste?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Most of the time, you can accomplish the exact same thing by having a sip of water with your food. That's all mayo's doing. It's just making it go down the gullet a little easier.
Fair enough.
I look at mayo like it's culinary neosporin. It just makes things a
makes
little easier.
everything, yeah.
It goes down a little easier. Hey,
Sports.
the Minnesota Gophers started the season last night with a home win over the Bulls of Buffalo in the MAC. 17.5-point spread. The final score was only 23-10. That said, it was Gophers from start to finish. A dominant performance. They had several red zone foibles, but otherwise completely blew out the Buffalo Bulls. Let's see. Drake Lindsey, 19 of 35 for 290 yards and 2 throws. That's 2 touchdowns, I should say. A fine start to the season.
Yeah, nice.
Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys is wreaking havoc on the NFC. What is the division
North,
called?
the NFC North.
I know. I still just. I don't.
Central.
I like the old names. He gave Micah Parsons. I know a Micah Thompson. He's traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers.
What?
Thanks.
Because
Appreciate
Jerry
that.
Jones needs to go away.
That's so
Dude,
weird.
you forgot about how football works, I believe. If you're going to trade away the best defensive player of his generation, at least go to the AFC with him.
They should have thrown in a Josh Freeze.
Yes.
They should have. That would have worked. That would have worked wonders.
I feel like the Vikings would have a better chance against Josh Freeze.
Completely insane.
Going over the top.
Mike Brody's at Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow night. And right now I want to take a moment and say good morning, Chan Hassan.
Ah, Chan.
Of course.
Chan Hassan.
Chan.
Chan Hassan. What?
That's my prince.
It's not
I'm not saying it's a good one.
You know what? This is the first. Let's revel in this, Ryder, for 5 seconds, and Mike, you can as well. Steve's really good at accents and really good at impressions.
Not from what I've seen.
Yeah, and so let's just revel. Let's revel in the one thing you can't do fantastically.
I used to be able to hit the high notes, but they went away.
That was more of a Bon Scott than a Prince.
Yeah.
I'll take that all day long.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? As long as we're hanging with Mike Brody, we probably ought to do what we always do on a Friday, and that's whip up a good old-fashioned bargument. Why don't you think about this and get back to a 651-989-ROCK. If any band, you could pick any band to reunite with their original lineup, which band would you pick? Let's bargument about that. Yes?
I have to leave, so can I just leave my 2 cents as I exit?
I
Okay,
guess.
fine, Paul.
Pink Floyd. Just Roger and Dave get along for one tour of the U. I don't even care about the rest of the world. Just tour the U.S.
We said original lineup, and you didn't say Sid Barrett. You,
No, I
sir,
don't want
are
Sid.
excused.
Nope.
You, sir, are excused.
Anybody that thinks Sid Barrett's stuff is better than the other stuff is insane.
What part of the word original are you stumbling over?
I don't care about that. We're talking about reunions.
Let's get to the tape.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. You say speed of sound to me, I go right back to summer 76, baby. Silly love songs. Let them in. Wings.
Oh, yes.
That's the
sure.
album, Wings at the Speed of Sound. Come on, summer 76, if you were on a road trip with your family like I was for 12 hours, you heard silly love songs on every single radio station that you picked up on the way.
That sounds like torture.
It kind of was, but it kind of wasn't.
I hate road trips. So there you go.
I thought you hate McCartney and Wings.
No, I never
Mike
talk
Brody
crap
is
about
in.
Paul McCartney.
Mike Brody's in studio on Gorman in the morning. Mike is at Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow night. But right now, more importantly, he's ready to jump into a good old-fashioned bargument. Today's bargument, as we said, what band, if you could so choose, would you want to have reunited? Original members only. And this was spurred on. Oasis is on tour right now, as everybody's heard. They played Chicago last night.
Yeah.
I have several friends who were there, and I haven't heard from them, which means they liked it so much they're still in bed. And Noel Gallagher, guitarist for Oasis, in an interview this week said if he could put any band back together, it would be the Smiths.
So weird.
And by the way, well, he's a Manchester guy, grew up,
yeah.
and he's a Johnny Marr disciple.
Okay.
And they're on my short list, too, because I love the Smiths in real time in the 80s. But more importantly, I had tickets to see them 3 shows before they canceled and never came back.
Uh-oh.
Queen is Dead Tour 86.
Wow.
In the middle of that U.S. tour, that's when they ended the band, basically. They went back and did some more recording, but Morrissey was like, I've got to go, and he left, and he flew home. And
There it is.
They basically
There's
broke
the
up.
accent, yeah.
And so it was days away. I'm like, all right. And then it was canceled. Devastating when you have a ticket to a show you don't get to see. And then they never returned. The next year, they officially broke up. So, for that personal black eye, I always think Smiths first. But, Ryder, I'll go to you. Original lineup, any band, putting them back together. I'm going to go ahead and say, don't worry if someone's dead. Who do you want to put back together?
And we're definitely leaning into the don't worry if someone's dead, because the answer is the Ramones.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good answer.
Yes.
They're all dead.
Yes.
The originals, yeah.
The originals are all gone.
Yeah,
so,
four
gotta see
for
him
four.
with Tommy behind the drum kit. I don't think it's credit for being a good producer, because he was a great one.
I agree.
Production was fine. It was the mixing that he tended to go around. The only guy I know that ever mixed an album with headphones.
Yeah.
No, dude, that's not how that's supposed to happen. Mike, what do you got?
Well, first off, speaking of Coldplay, I think the person who wishes there was a reunion and a reuniting would be the CEO that got.
That's very true.
With his wife. That
Coldplay's couple, yes.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know if this is cheating, but I think the White Stripes, because it's easy. You just have to find Meg Ryan. Done. Right?
Meg White.
Or Meg Ryan.
Boy,
no, actually,
I would love to see Meg Ryan up there.
Yeah, okay. Jack White and Meg Ryan, it'll be like a rom-com from Seattle.
Right on. That'd be amazing.
What is it, Sleepless in Seattle?
Yeah.
I think the White Stripes, there was something about the two, it was simple. Like, I like Jack White's solo stuff, but he has a full band.
Yeah.
I think when it was kind of like less is more. Like, I really like the White Stripes, so I think that would be
When Jack Met Sally.
Yes, when Jack Met Sally.
The White Stripes, it's true, because for years, a lot of people, myself included at times, would go, I'd love to hear Jack with a great drummer. Like, because, Meg is by design a limited, I mean, that was the whole point was, okay, she doesn't really play drums, but I can get her to do this and we'll have this vibe. And then when he put the Raconteurs together with a great drummer and a good friend of mine, Patrick Keeler, I loved it, but I was like, oh, I'm kind of an idiot, because the majesty of what Meg was doing. Yeah, you just realize, like, it's all about that chemistry and the vibe, and that's so important. So, that's a good one. And it ain't going to happen.
No, I don't think it will.
So is your official answer the Smiths, Steve?
Well, I mean, actually, I probably, but then I think to myself, well, I'm thinking about the band. I'm trying to think of because I never saw them. Yeah, you know what? That's still the top. Okay. Because a lot of the other bands, and I never saw the Ramones either, but you already said it. I did see the White Stripes. I just saw a text. Someone said Fleetwood Mac with Peter Green. That's a hard one to turn down. Oh, give me some Peter Green any day. But you know what? Screw it. I hate to jump on Noel's train. I'm going to say the Smiths.
Okay.
651-989-ROCK. Let us know. Do you have a follow-up, Mike?
Well, I was going to say, your thing about the Smiths, about missing them, I have a friend whose uncle bought a ticket for the Buddy Holly show where he didn't.
The day the music died show?
the Fargo one where he didn't make it.
Okay,
right?
Yeah.
So he bought a ticket for the Fargo one, didn't make it. And then I don't know how, it was maybe 10 years later, I don't remember the exact date. He bought a ticket for Jim Croce.
No.
And then and he goes, my uncle never went to a concert ever again. He's like,
kidding.
I am a curse, because they both died in plane crashes, that he was supposed to go to that show.
Yowza.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah. He's the Mothman.
That he truly is. the Iowa Mothman right there. It's a good name for a band. The Iowa Mothman.
It's a good minor league team.
Hey, go see Mike Brody. He's at Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow, 8 p.m. Brother, it's good to have you in studio. You're welcome.
It's great
anytime.
to be here. Thank you. It was
right
on.
Today's bargument. Which band would you like to see reunited? Original lineups only.
Yeah.
So a lot of text messages. The one who said Journey with Steve Perry. Sorry.
Not original.
Not the original singer. The Ramones was Ryder's vote, and it's kind of hard to top that one.
Yes. Chris from Bloomington is in the same vein with me.
Matt texted in one, man after my own heart, Derek and the Dominoes. Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite Clapton, the only Clapton I own and care about. I mean, Cream is fine to me, whatever. But Derek and the Dominoes, that's EC at his finest.
Weren't there some other big names in that band too?
Well, there's a guy named Dwayne Allman playing guitar on Layla. You may remember there's a slide part on Layla.
Yes.
Yeah, Carl Radel, the bassist. Drummer Jim Gordon, one of my favorite drummers, absolutely. One of the greatest drummers in rock and roll history, ran afoul of the law and himself when he killed his own mom with a hammer.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's that guy,
that's
schizophrenic.
A hell of a story.
Yeah, tough story. But boy, Derek and the Dominoes was absolutely spectacular. The Doors, that's a gimme, I think. Someone just texted that one in for sure. Here's your last word. A quick reminder. Look, we're all just here for a cup of coffee. As much as we feel like this is the most important time in history and we're here at the dawn of a new whatever, no, check this out. In 1925, archaeologists were excavating the ruins of ancient Babylon when they discovered a museum. The museum went back to 530 BC, and there were artifacts from 2,000 years before that. Imagine you're digging through the ruins of a place that's 2,500 years old, and you find artifacts that were then discovered to be 2,000 years older than where you were digging because archaeologists from back then recognized the significance of things from 2,000 years earlier.
This is crazy.
I mean, it's totally crazy. The items were neatly arranged side by side and even were labeled. So, yeah, we've been around a while. People might not have figured out how to fly 4,000 years ago, but they were hip enough to have museums. So just keep it in mind. Context is key.
Good for them. I'm going to think about that as I twirl through one of the many museums on the fairgrounds today.
Very, very nice.
92 KQRS.